Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Brad, and I have this terrible quality phone, so oh well. Today we're gonna do a little bit of a really weird kind of thing, but I kind of wanted to review this because honestly, having at the time that I had this, it was honestly a bragger's rights because, well, I'll go into it a little bit. Well, I kind of want to go into it, but this cat. All right, well, let me go ahead and break it down real quick, or let me unbox this for you guys. So alrighty. So in all reality, I kind of already unboxed it. So this is more of just a review and what I think with this product, honestly, or why I think about this product. So in the product itself, it will come with the Beyblade itself, the launcher grip, and the string launcher. And with it being from Hasbro, it's a very, very unique thing. So yeah, I probably should say before we go any further that this video is 18 up. Beyblade has become a little bit more of like an adult toys now. How competitive it is, and blah blah blah. Just all that warning because I didn't know a toy can turn into a competitive. I don't know. But let's go into kind of an in-depth review a little bit and tell you why I honestly have been hunting for this um what is it called? Why I've been hunting for this product for a while. So here's the Beyblade itself that it comes with. Honestly, you're not really getting this product for the Beyblade, but I mean I'll still go through it anyways because whatever. So we have this pretty green coating bike croc, and you wouldn't even use this at all. Like maybe if you were just a beginner, or if you were just uh say you just wanted to buy it for a kid and kind of have it as a starter. It's really good for, along with 260. Yeah, 260. Don't use this. You wouldn't want to use this either as well, and especially in the competitive world where mm, points matter. You would not want this at all. And this one that the cat kicked around is called Quake, or Quake. Yeah, Quake. Also not useful because it doesn't provide enough stamina. Has a slope towards it, and it's just not enough to um kick kick and burst Beyblades basically. Especially when the new system where bursting kind of matters a little bit. It's more like gonna cause you help than your opponent. So yeah, you're not really looking for the Beyblade when you get this. You're rather looking for the launcher itself. And let me go in depth of why it's kind of like a not only a bragger's rights, but insane that Hasbro brand of all companies, or of all the two companies, are like releasing this shit. So here are the launcher pieces. This is the launcher grip and the string launcher. The string launchers aren't really used quite often, especially in the competitive world, unless if you know what you're doing. When you do know what you're doing, it's kind of impressive, not gonna lie. And I prefer string launchers. But let me kind of go why, or let me kind of get into depth of why I think having a or having a grip launcher and kind of a string launcher alone coming from a Hasbro product is insane. Because So if you ever know about Hasbro, they're kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I never loved Hasbro at all. Like, as much as everyone kind of give it credit for like all this and that, like they made pretty cool toys, blah blah blah. They have Nerf. I never fucking loved Hasbro because they're kind of ass in my opinion. And when Beyblade Burst is around, which you might not even know what it is, but just bear with me. When Beyblade Burst was around, it was treated like hot ass cheeks. Like it was treated like it was treated like it was the third kid that someone gave birth with. And so the Beyblades would be turned into hot shit, really. Like they would have weakened plastics and weakened disc and weakened everything. And it just would not be useful, especially in the competitive era. And as it goes further on to like its where you have final evolutions or like series, it got it might as well make your own plastic toys because it that's all it was really. It's just plastic hollowed out piece of milk carton crap. But when Beyblade X came around, everyone all of a sudden started praising it almost, and I was kind of pissed. I'm not gonna lie, because now it's like all of a sudden the quality is great again. It's like Takarotami level and all blah 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 blah, and I don't know. I don't know why, or I don't know how we got to the point. I'm not gonna kind of start into it though, because I kind of don't want to see those people come up and be like, oh blah 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 this blah blah blah, but like not saying like they're fully ass, but they're still ass nonetheless. Anyways, kind of a short rant here because I really hate Hasbro. This is the launcher set, so you get this pretty cool string launcher. If you would know, there's another set where you have Burn Phoenix, and it would be like a red string launcher, but this is a green string launcher, and they're a lot longer than the Burst series launchers. From what I've seen and from what I know, they they kind of used the Burst series as an experiment, from what I could see, and implemented it on the X series of these launchers. Which I'm not saying like it's bad, because that's like honestly kudos impressive, but it makes me mad because the Burst series was my childhood, and it kind of now just seems like a whole experiment that they were doing. It's still whatever. It's still pretty cool though. But yeah, if you know how to use a string launcher, then you would, I don't know, it'd be pretty cool kind of, because you don't really see a lot of people use the string launchers in the Burst series, especially where cords or rip cords are overpowered by string launchers. You would have more power than or yeah, you would have more power with rip cords than string launchers, where you have more control ish. Well, let's say control, because you can. It's really up to you to control like how strong you launch it. And yes, I even have this, so I'll get into this in a little bit with like the customization part. But this is a launcher grip, and we're kind of almost already into the customization part. And if you don't know, you would get this for a rare. This would be like a rare thing to get at the Takarotami World. So if you don't know, Takarotami is like the original birthplace of Beyblade and whatnot, Beyblade Burst, whatever. I don't know the entire story. I just know it's Takarotami, and so these would be like the super rare kind of launcher grips to get, and they would only come just with like the launcher grips. But then Hasbro just pulled this out of their ass and just like, hey, we have a full set, basically. You can get it now for about $30. This is how much I paid for, basically. Breaking it down, you can actually customize this, but I have mine's customized a little weird, as you've already seen it. Yeah. So this is kind of its skeleton based of it, And I really like the green design of it. And what can I say? It looks pretty. There's not much to say because it's just a launcher grip, honestly, and everyone's launcher style or preference is different. But I can show you what my preference looks like, and this is kind of why I start with. For these two metal pieces, hi baby. For these two metal pieces, I started with the plain plastic piece up with a special colored piece down. And then I have the big set or big side of the launcher grip, more for my finger like palm or not palm, finger or upper finger area, and then the tinier piece for my back finger area. Now I'll get into this in a little bit. Why I have mine's like backwards according to, or from what I could tell with other people. Oh, actually, I think it was the other way around. I think it's like this where I had it like that, and yeah, I think it would give some people aneurysms, and I'll explain why. But this was also what I have for the another launcher, and these are hot swappable, customizable kind of stuff. And so this is from a different set. I'm not gonna make a review on this one because, well, I'm only making a review on this just because this is braggers' rights, honestly. Because when I found it at Walmart, I honestly thought it wasn't real. I honestly thought it wasn't fucking real. I was like, what the hell? They have it at my Walmart? Anyways, but yeah, you can like customize it. And this is kind of what I would want mine to look like. Except either, oh, either kind of like this. So you can make pretty cool customizations and all that shit. Or just like have it something else. Honestly, I kind of prefer it like this. I don't like the middle pieces because I like the like flat feel. So if you have like my kind of style of like, or my kind of like palms and feeling or style, you'll want like fatty grip. So I've yearned I've yearned for the big grips, and doing so I would want something that's kind of like not only big but comforting. And this is what I've seen or noticed that is not only both big and comforting, but also like flushed and like it'll just get you ready or feeling ready to basically blow up anyone with these Beyblade. And honestly, can't. There's not also much to say. It's just this is just my style of the Beyblade launcher, but I prefer to keep these as like two different things. Oh yeah, actually I should show you the customization options. Like you can just also kind of do that and have it like that. I don't recommend using this for like the thumb side of the grip because I've tried that. This actually hurts. Hi baby. And yeah, it hurts me to use, so like here's a recommendation as well. If you also have the same issue, just put that on the front side and put the other side on the back, like this side, and you'll be fine. So this goes on the back side. This is a special piece, by the way, or another special piece. If you understand, or if you know, you'd seen this as a hold launcher with rubber grips. These are rubber grips, but I'm not gonna get into that again. And so if it's not too heavy, if it's not too or if I'm not changing or using other pieces to customize my launcher, which I won't unless if I bought a second one of this, and I thought about it, but no. Hi baby. But this would be my kind of this would be kind of like hi baby, my style of Beyblade. So if I ever join back in Beyblade, this is what it will look like. So you guys be scared. Be scared for when I come back, which probably will be never. So it's probably about the time that I get into like how do you put it together. So there's this little nub that is. Yeah. You like that box? Sorry. There's this little nub where you would just kind of like it says lock right here. I don't know, it's kind of like offset of the frame, whatever. It's this lock right here, and then there's like another lock over here, and then there's a piece of line. You would just push that down, and it would say open on the bottom part, which means you can just put the launcher in, and that piece would also fall down, and you would just slide this in, let go, and that's how you set up your launcher, honestly. Pretty easy, not too bad. Unlike the burst era, where the later launchers is kind of hard to put back together after like taking apart, and honestly, this makes it a little easier. It feels a little iffy because all it is just a fucking slide lock. But if you're not going to be worrying about how it feels or how there's like a little bit of play or anything like that. You're going to be more worried about whether if you can launch, because half the times competitive go like this. Like competitive players go like this, and when they launch it, they just launch it like that. And believe me, I'm the same way as well, almost. Especially when you have small launchers, then you would know. But I kind of also prefer like this, but just because it looks pretty cool. But yeah, no. This is how I would have my setup as is. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I thought I was gonna say something about, probably just about the way this is, because okay, so the reason why I have it like this is because if you're like me, you would know that this piece suck dick for your finger part, like top finger part. And it's not bad, and I love having the big pieces, but having two, oh hi baby. But having two pieces on both sides, honestly, I would rather have the rubber side on the top part on this. The what it is right now, but it just gets in your way of the two, like the ring finger and then the pinky finger, ring finger, for example. It would just get in the way. So let me just, like, you would see that it kind of like points upwards and then raises your fingers, and it kind of makes it a little bit uncomfortable to me. So I have it set backwards, and I'm not sure if a lot of people have it like this. I'm not like into too deep of that competition, but I still keep up with the Beyblade X, even though I'm not a big, like, entirely big fan. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna be a Beyblade X Beyblader, but I always still like to watch I like to watch my child grow. So. But I have it set backwards, and I guess it would give some people an aneurysm, because what's normally set is something like this. So you would have the big pieces up front, and then the little pieces at the back, and then that's kind of what it would look like normally. But I don't recommend it. If you have, like, I don't want to say big hands, I guess. I guess if you have like a medium or slightly big hands, like I kind of do, where it kind of all fits on the palm, like you would have all four finger fit on the side. This is the setup I probably should go with, honestly. And if you're a little more freaky like I am, you would take off those two pieces and you would have a flat, because I like the flat grip. It makes me feel like I can grip it really good, like not have issues. It makes me feel like stronger. And those two pieces just kind of like raise it up and kind of gets in my way, like kind of like where they say, hey, now don't you go tearing apart those competitors, and then they just kind of like fuck you up because it's in the way a little bit. I like the flat style of it. I mean, I don't have the launcher with me, so I wouldn't do a test. I would have done a test launch, but one, it's like what, 6 in the morning, and two, it's like 6 in the morning. So I mean, that's the test launch. I mean, you're never gonna ever see that being spun on a wooden floor, so I might as well. And you're never gonna see it spun at all, because unless if you're a kid and you just bought the set or you just got the set from your parents, or you spend it with your hi Cleo, you spend it with your hard-earned money. Hi baby. Then yeah. But you're not really. So again, you're not really going for the Beyblade aspect, even though it back then it was like kind of decent. But there's been much better competitive Beyblades out there. I wouldn't shit on a kid because they got this and that's all they have. Rather, I would be like, hey, that's pretty cool. Would you like to learn more about the competitive side, or do you want to just like have fun? And most of the time, it's gonna be just having fun because who's gonna want to go out there with a fucking person that is trying to lawsuit the fucking a goddamn store for having a 0.01 off gram weight or 0.01 different weight or differences of a weight thing, and yeah, long story. But so again, I don't recommend the Beyblade. You're mainly coming after the launcher because it looks really fucking cool, and green and gray is sick. Anyone who says otherwise, go fuck yourself. No, I'm joking. I like green and gray, so yeah, sick. Um, yeah, it completes my launcher set. So I have like a 4 launcher set, and these two are part of it now. So I think that'll be it. Again, this was like a random video I kind of pulled out of my ass because I like I like the launcher, and I was mainly after the launcher as well. So I didn't give a fuck about the Beyblade, to be honest. But I mean, it's pretty cool though. It's whatever. Hi baby. Yeah, that's my cat. Yeah. So thank you to the big baby here for starring. Um, she's a granny. Yeah, thank you for starring in the video. Do you have anything else to say before we end this video off? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you go. It's okay. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. I'm sorry this isn't like something you'd kind of expected to be, but and I'm sorry for the slow paced video still. But all I have the time is the weekends, and I guess I just wanted to make an excuse. Um, that's it. Thank you. See you guys.